Welcome back, everyone. This is Final Fantasy XIV, Episode 45 with Roselore Serafina. This is Jackie the Guildmaster, and I believe we were speaking to him. Stabbers in your fambles. That sounds a little bit rude, doesn't it? Jackie wishes to give you a few pointers on dagger play. Rightio. Managed to strap those daggers on without cutting yourself? Well, we're off to a good start, I'd say. Next, you'll be wanting to get a feel for the weight and speed of your new weapons. I reckon these beaten cheats in the fields outside of Limsa should serve your first lesson. Aye, test your blades on a few of them lambs, then slice up some rats and pugils for good measure. Mind you, mill them beasties one at a time though, lass. I know you served far worse in the past, but you know dimber damber with them stabbers just yet. Alrighty. Before we go out and stab things, because there's a few slaying exercises we've got, we'll just see what else we've got. So we've got our stabbers, and we've got we don't have our Arcanist yet, so we might go grab our Arcanist before we go into the fields, and it looks like we need to grab our Marauder class as well, because remember, we're doing all the things because we can, because I enjoy it. There is a festival coming up. I will try and do it a day at a time. Okay. Company board. It's a work in progress. It surely is. We are slowly building. How do I do company board? Is there a way to check that? It certainly is. I mean, we're still growing. I think we're all learning things from the base, so I need to definitely spend more time on this character on this server. I do have another character that I play when I'm offline, because there's too much stuff going on. And party, social. Is there like, okay, so this is free company. How does this work? No active actions. Latest activity. Helping hand 2. How does that work? Oh, it'll be in my actions, right? No, it'll be in these actions. No active actions. Activity. Okay. Alright. So I'll be learning that. I'm not part of a company with my other characters, but I've got one in Sophia that I'm regularly playing. And she's doing fairly much similar to this, but she's a little bit ahead. Alright, have we joined the Fishers Guild? We have not. Whoa, how remiss of us. How do we do that? Okay, this is the guild. Pretty sure I've got to find... Did I activate this? Yes, activated. Beautiful. Actually, how many more do we have to activate? Alright, there's a couple more. I must have joined the Fishers Guild at some point. Okay, speak with Hananza at the Armorers Guild. We'll go do that in a minute. Actually, while we're here, why don't we do that straight away? That looks like the Arcanists Guild. I know, now I'm torn. This is... Oh no, we are right there. Well, let's go and join the Fishers Guild. I'm just not looking at the right spot. We need to go talk to the guild receptionist. Of course we do. Well, a well-wish and welcome to you, adventurer friend. You've worked your way to Fisherman's Bottom. When you want fish for just a day, you could call a Culinarian, but we fishermen feast for life. I've set the bait. Think you're ready to bite? I surely am. Chomp chomp. Hooray! Hooray! Looks like we've got a live one. Let me walk you through the life of a fisherman in Limsa Laminza. Since we're surrounded by the seas, the fishing sites are a fisherman's delight. You can't fish it. If you can't fish it here, you can't fish it anywhere. While some of us rope our fish in with rods and reels, others skim the seabed with nets for creepy crawly critters. You might say we cast a wide net. People prattle about our pullers just about everywhere in Limsa. And there's much more I haven't mentioned. We shepherd the ships, preside over the ports, manage the mongers, all while making sure not to leave any adventurers out to sea. I'll wager you'd prefer to work alone, so we'll start you off with a rod and reel. And you may not necessarily net the numbers net fishing yields, but pole fishing positively pulls prettier prizes. And that's the long and short of it. When you're ready for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the guildmaster. Great. All right, reel me in. Let's go. I'd hate to hear you had a change of heart. You haven't, have you? No, this fishy's biting hard. Here we go. Spoken truly like a true bespoke fisherwoman. Well then, it's time you met the guildmaster. But unfortunately, and somewhat ironically, our nefarious netmaster is out fishing at the moment. This moment, and every moment that is. So Sisyphus tends to tend to tasks that require tending to, such as deciding whether you'll sink or swim with our guild. Sisyphus presiding over those pools whenever you decidedly decide to say hello. She might seem somewhat standoffish, but she's only keeping an eye out for sharks. Be yourself and you have nothing to worry about. All right, Namulika, let's go see Sisyphus. Sounds like a short person. I know. Lalafell. I'll get there eventually. Yes, save your breath. I heard every word between you and Namulika, so I know she told you my role here. As she said, Wawalago's supposed to be guildmaster, but apparently he has bigger fish to fry, so all his work falls to me. This includes making sure our new fish aren't shellfish idiots or potential anemones. You've passed the first test by not laughing at that awful joke. Now you only need the right answer to this question. Are you prepared to fish like you've never fished before? You know, seeing as I've never fished before, yes. All right. Well, you're smarter than the majority of bottom dwellers that find their way here. Welcome to the guild. Now, this wouldn't be much of a guild if we sent you out to sea with only a pole and a prayer, so I suppose I can spare you a few pearls of wisdom. Nevertheless, you're still going to need that pole and prayer, so I can at least provide you with the former. Here you go. 1 out of 2 isn't bad. I'll even throw in these lugworms, since you're not like to get far without them. The rods we bestow upon our new fish are priceless objects, which is to say they don't cost anything. Once you know what you're doing, you'll probably want a proper one. But in the meantime, let's see if you can figure out how to hold your pole. Ready the one I gave you, and your lessons can begin. Right. This means I need C for character. I need to find my pole so I can hold it. So let's grab it. That sounded decidedly wrong. Where is my pole? There it is there. Weathered fishing rod. There we are. We are going to go to our gear set. We're going to add a new gear set because we can. There we go. We're going to grab our gear set and we're going to put it down. Okay, we'll grab it in a minute. Let me just move this. Grab. Oh, I know, I'm so organized. Put this over in our gathering. Fisherman, so botanist, fisherman. Where did miner go? I buried it. It's okay, we can get it back. Readying your line. To fish, you must first change your class to fisher by equipping a rod in your main hand. If the body of water you're near is fishable, the icon for the cast action will glow. Determine a bait to apply to your line by selecting the bait action and then checkmarking the desired item from the list that appears. Some bait can only be used in certain locations for landing certain types of fish. Bait and tackle can be harvested, made by disciples of the hand, or purchased from various merchants or fieldcraft vendors. Also, make sure your inventory is stocked before heading out into the wild. So provisioning will let us make bait, I have discovered. Now let me just change into let me just grab miner, and we'll put it back over here so that we can find it again. Alrighty. Did I put rogue in? Yep, rogue is in. Excellent. Let's just grab this and put it back where it belongs. And I've just realized my big buff head is not where I usually have it, so we'll move that over to here. Shrink it. I know. There we go. Alrighty. Because I like actually being able to see what's down here, and I think it's handy for you to realize that there's a lot of useful info that pops up in that little box. Can I actually make it a slightly bigger box? I can, but I have to be careful because it obscures that. Alright. Okay, we are now a level 1 fisher. Oh, I forgot to recommend a gear, equip so that we're properly clothed, update our set, and close it. There we go. Alright, Sisyphus. It is, by the way, not necessary for you to do all the things the way I'm doing it. You could focus sensibly on one class and advance quickly through the game. I am just exploring all the nooks and crannies as I go. Sisyphu would like to assign you your first task. Sure thing. You look quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now, the first rule of fishing is to hold on to your rod. Take care of your rod, and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small, and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Galadian Bay, so you can catch your meagre supply without even walking 10 yams. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait a hook with some of those lugworms I gave you, dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. To catch the mince and anchovies for Sisyphu, first select a suitable lure using the bait action. Next, approach the water and use the cast action to begin fishing. When you feel a tug on your line, use the hook action to reel in your catch. Fishing log. Your fishing log contains invaluable information on everything from fishing hole locations to detailed fish data to personal records, and the log can be found under logs in your main menu. So here's your log menu. Oh, great. We have a fishing log. Oh, whoa. And it looks like we can catch fish in all the places. Oh, including some places we haven't met yet. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Actually, we haven't met a lot of those places. The other thing I saw just then was a fishing guide. Oh no. Hang on, there's records. Uh-huh. Alright, what's this do? Fishing log. Oh, okay, and then fishing guide. You can get it from the same... from the same menu. Alright, okay, we've got this. Fish filter settings. Can I filter by the name of a fish? Like if I want to... I don't think I can. Okay, big fish, aquarium, fish size, and alright. But I can also choose... Alright, I can also find areas. So if I wanted to filter just by the things I can find in Laminsa, so maybe each time I go into an area it might be easier on me if I... So Lunacia, for instance. And then we apply that filter. There's no fish anywhere. Because I haven't caught any yet. Maybe. I don't know. Reset criteria. Apply. Alright, we're going to try that trick again when we've caught a few fish and we'll see how that works. Oh, I'm a bit scared now. Alright, let's go. We've got our fishing rod. Just wander out to the bay and throw her in, he said. Okay, so this thing will glow when I'm near water. Apparently is that glowing? Alright, I've never worked out where the glowing is. Well, I don't know. Fishing. Here we go. After using the cast action to cast your line into the water, you need simply sit back and wait for a bite. When a fish bites, you'll not only see the line being tugged, but hear it. While the fish is on the line, use the hook action to attempt to reel in your catch. Hang on a minute, let's make sure we know where all this is. Bait, cast, hook. What's that? Quit. Cast light. I like that idea. What? Ugh. Surveys the landscape. No, we don't want to do rocks. Oh, you know, we're also going to get rid of the teleport and that because it's all over here, so I don't need to duplicate it. Going to grab our sprint and we're going to put that down there so it's on the same thing everywhere. Arbor call I'm actually going to put over here out of the way, and triangulate I'm going to put up here just so that I've got my fish stuff in one section of the bar. I don't know if that's useful, but I'll try it. We'll see. Your chances of successfully reeling in a fish after hooking are directly affected by the fish type and your gathering rating. Gathering. How do I find that? Aha! Gathering. 46. Alright. And we don't know the type of fish yet, so we're good. Hey, wait a minute. Does that gathering rating change according to... Alright, we'll check it out. Next time we've got minor up, we'll see if minor is higher. But let's, I don't know. Let's wander a little bit further out. I reckon the fish might bite a bit better if we're not near the crowded area. I could be really wrong. It might not matter, but I don't need to look for little fish shapes in the water in this game. Apparently I just have to throw it in. So we'll grab our bait. Looks like I'm using lugworms. A hairy worm lives on the beach. Live bait for ocean fishing. Radio. So we'll tick our bait. Gonna have to go find someone that sells bait so we can experiment with other places. Throw it in. I'm gonna light up the tip of my rod so I can see if it bounces around. Oh, like that. Oh, fiddlesticks. Let's try that trick again. Clearly I need to learn something about this. Right, now I need to probably hit 3 when that light bounces. Let's find out. Okay, so I'm already doing it. I only hit it once and it doesn't seem to matter on my skill. I caught a Leminson anchovy and I leveled up. Awesome. Well, I guess we're going to cast again then. Didn't he want a couple? Yeah, he wanted 5 Leminson anchovies because he's not awkward or anything. I know. I'm trying to work out how to store my anchovies. I know what I need to do in order to get a retainer now. So I'm thinking a lot of the stuff that I gather, if I don't... Wow, I leveled up again. If I don't craft with it straight away, I might poke it into the either onto the retainer or I might sell it on the board once I have a retainer. So, you know, I think fishing in this game is a little bit easier than in a lot of other games. A finger shrimp. Is that my 3rd? Oh, I learnt a new action. Awesome. What's that do? Reduces the amount of time. Oh, chum. Man, when I had chum, you just attract it. So basically, throw in the chum, cast the line, pay attention. I'm really enjoying learning how to do the new things. I'm using a keyboard, so you might not see my mouse move. Okay, that's 4 fish. I still haven't caught my other 4 anchovies. Alright. Control 1. 2. 3. Okay, that's my 2nd anchovy. Is it just the one? Like I only chum it? Okay, it does cost me to do it. Hit 3. Yeah, just for the next fish. So I'm wondering if chum goes up in... Oh, a Melthor goby. Alright, well, okay, here we go, we'll do it again. I know, what? Fishing takes time. Oh, right, yes it does. But we'll do the first couple of fishing things so that when we're in new areas we can fish, and maybe we'll just nail down the fish as we go through an area. It depends how busy we are with the story thing, because I might not do it if we're doing a story thing. A quest. There we go. I can do the thing. Okay, so we'll take out the basic quests for our combat classes here. We'll get most of our crafting classes up to 20, the ones that we get here. And then... I can't do that. Yeah, no worries, we'll just cast then. And then what we'll do is we'll head to whichever town has the next story quest in it, like the next main story. It's probably pirates. So we're here. Oh, I'm looking forward to doing that. That actually is a game changer too. Alright, action learned. Sneak. I definitely want sneak somewhere in here. Let me just move all of these. That's 3. That's 2. Just pop that up there. Grab sneak. Sneak is usually on 6. And I use it across. Fish size. The higher your perception rating, the better chance you have of landing a large size fish. Depending on the variety, it may be usable for mooching. What's mooching? Oh, I'm sure I'll find out. Alrighty. I'm at 200, so we'll go control 1. We'll chum that water up a bit. Hopefully we'll get a lemons and anchovy this time, and we'll head back to the fishing guild. Sissipu. You cast your line into the Limsa lower decks. Something bites. It's a finger shrimp. Fine. No. Sorry, I didn't hit control 1. 2. I've got to look in my cooking and see what recipes we can make with these things, because I think it'll be really good to learn that. Yes. Alrighty. Let's go. You don't always have to do the quit fishing action. The minute you start to turn away from the water, the game will let you wander that way. I have not done a lot of fishing with my other character. So we now have 5 lemons and anchovies. Anchovies swim off every shore of Limsa, so you can bring them back from anywhere you like, so long as it's not the fishmongers. I know, I caught these myself. Here you go. There is a fishmonger you can buy fish from. I forgot about him. Here, Chovy, here, Chovy. Fair flock of feisty fish you've got, Giddy Guppy. Careful they don't slip out of sight. Lago? To what do we owe the pleasure? A guildmaster's got to get after the guppies, dividing up the daily drudgery, picking out a proper potable and some such support and service. And who gets after the guildmaster? We have books to balance, you know. Books you should be balancing. I did my best to balance the books, but the bilge keel bent the bow back, bouncing the whole batch off the boat. That's not what... You know it's just an expression. But that's neither here nor there. So long as you keep at the bit, Roselore, our books will balance themselves. Don't let that go to your head, of course. Any beginner can snag some anchovies, but you'll need to experiment with different lures and explore new waters if you want to catch the big ones. Fundamentals are fine, but the fun is fishing for new finds. Like my uncle always said, fishing's like philandering. You never know what you'll catch. Oh my God, I didn't... That'll teach me not to read ahead. And with those well-spoken words of wisdom, we'll leave you to your wiles. The next fisher quest will be available from Sisyphus upon reaching level 5. Right. I get a lovely helm Dematica. There we go. Let's see if I've hit level 5 already. Oh, I'm not sure what she's wearing. Okay, Sisyphus, I'm back. Has a trial in mind. Oh no. I smell that you haven't been neglecting your duties. A commendable attitude. No one's ever gotten worse at anything by practicing. No one I know, at least. Then again, you can't expect the same old tricks to work with new fish. Big ones don't grow to be that way, chasing everything that wiggles on a hook. To catch the fish you want, you must first know what the fish wants. Only once their prize is at stake can you tantalize and tempt your prey to taste the forbidden tackle. Anchovies may be willing to settle for lugworms, but harbour herring have a discerning palate that prefers pillbugs. But don't take my word for it. Go and see for yourself. Pick up some pillbugs from Sydney Hill in West Hawker's Alley, then use them to catch 3 local harbour herring like anchovies. They can be caught right outside. In case you've a mind to return to your previous spot, you should know that fish aren't as foolish as most might think. Keep casting your line in the same waters and you'll find that fewer folk will take the bait. Right. Oh. Hello. There's a quest with Phil Snow. Phil Snow has news that should be of interest to any self-respecting fisher, no matter how seasoned. Well, if it ain't Roselore, you may just have taken up your rod, but anyone can see you've got the keen eye of a fisherman, and I reckon you're looking to make that eye keener. Still, bigger fish, more exotic locales, aye, that's what we all seek, ain't it? But it just so happens I can tell you how to find them. You can see the Fisherman's Guild has just finished constructing a vast boat equipped for voyages on the high seas. Far as I know, Captain Forzagill is still looking for a band of fishermen adventurous enough to brave the deeps, fish and whole of them all. If you think you're the stones for it, I think sure he'll be glad to take you on. I don't think I can go NPC fishing. I think I actually have to wait for real people for that one, so I might not do that just now. Yes. Where are we at? I know, I'm running away from a teleport point. How ridiculous is that? So we need to go find some pillbugs from the dude that sells bait in Fisher Alley. Alrighty, let's go. Right click. Hawker's Alley. I don't think I've unlocked that yet. No, I'm not attuned to it. But I can... you know what? I might just run around. It looks like it'll be quicker anyway. Alright, so I need to go left, and then bear right, and then bear left, and then go up the squiggly stairs. Alright, so we go left. Left. Maybe if I go up the squiggly stairs first? I know, I can read a map, I promise. Wait, did I need to go down in there? Is that a thing? That's a I can't get there yet thing? Okay. Look, eventually we'll get there, I promise. It just might take me a bit to work it out. I think we're not at the upper decks yet. Alright, and then maybe we bear left. Where's my map? Hey, we can do this. Okay, so this is lower decks as well, even though we had to go upstairs. Alright, that I didn't register before. We're good. Which means we go this way. So we don't need to go up any squiggly stairs. We just had to do that first. Dodazan looks like he needs help. Let's help him on the way through. I know, we're still being a fisherman right now, so that's fine. There's a hectic flush of panic on Dodazan's face as he looks wildly about Hawker's round. Oh my, oh dear, a cask of ale is gone, and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the maelstrom or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Would you find the stolen ale for me? Oh, it was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now do go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. Bloody executioner's cough. I see. Alright, let's make sure we're attuned to this Ethernet shard. It's not sparkling, so we could have a problem. Yes, we did. There's West Hawker's Alley, now attuned. Boom. I'm pretty sure there's a few more we're not attuned to as well. Now we're looking for... There's a fishcraft guy over here. No, that's fieldcraft. I thought he was fishcraft. I'll get there eventually. The diemonger. Alright, let's just have a look and see what these guys are. Battlecraft. What level am I? I'm level 8. I might wait till we're a little bit higher before I get... Although getting a new fishing rod might be helpful. To give you an idea, fish do sell. I don't know how much they sell for. There, see this little fish symbol, seafood. So you go into the entry and it tells you they're selling for 100p. So you can make a little bit. Someone's selling them for 10,000. Not surprising, there's a couple of things you can make with that. That's kind of like fish oil, I think, if you're an alchemist, is the butterfly fish. So I may or may not spend a little bit there. We're good. Am I attuned to that one? No. Well, that looks pretty good. Let's have a look at that. And Arcanist's Guild. Must be that place behind me. Let's go in here. Looks like we can join the Arcanist Guild. Let's pick up this mission from Tarja. Tarja of the Mealvan's Gate needs help collecting duty on important goods. Here at Mealvan's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lominsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Suntimal, whom you would find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. Sure. If you're uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Suntimal when you meet him, and he'll point you in the right direction. Okay. Right, that looks like a debt collector's job. Oh no. The guild receptionist. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? Yes. Aha! Just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, man, I hope Roselore's better at math than I am. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formula were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave ether into specific and magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa-Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Melwib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist guild was established and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Yes. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? I think you've put too much thought into that. We will accept. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubergeim. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy, though. Her mind is sharp and critical. Her manner is always most welcoming. Though her mind is sharp and critical. I'll get there. Learn to read. Okay. Yes, I'm Thubergeim. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Muri has doubtlessly explained, I'm serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle. This principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze the situation from the moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? I am prepared to reason. I may use my sword. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. All right, I have a weathered grimoire. Which means, of course, we need to go see... I know, what? All the things. One day I'm going to just do a series with one character class. It's going to just about kill me. Not today, however. Today we are grabbing our fishing rod. We are grabbing our weathered grimoire. We are grabbing our gear sets. We are adding a gear set. We are grabbing our Arcanist and just dropping it right at the bottom over there for the minute. Right. We are finding our recommended gear and updating ourselves. Woo, there we go. And we're saving it. And then we're going to go return to our guildmaster, acting guildmistress master person. My first grimoire. Acting guildmaster Thubergeim wishes to judge your aptitude for Arcanima. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you a grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle, a fact you'll soon discover. In Lower Lanocere you'll find among others 3 species of pest, wolf rats, little ladybugs, and Aurelie. I ask that you employ your fledgling skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Lead the city through the Tempest Gate, and you'll soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I'll welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Alrighty. Okay, before I go down there, let me just see where we need to go next. So that, I've activated that, Let's take our budding Arcanist and head back to these missions. This will help us. Oops, where do I need to go? Okay, hang on. Straight ahead and out these doors. There we go, because it's not confusing once you get the hang of it. Let's go with, oh, okay, yep. I forgot to do the thing. Let me grab this, put that down where 9 is. We're going to grab this and remove it because we have them all over here, so they're out of the way. We have space to fit. Wow, this feels really naked, doesn't it? Not many abilities there. We're going to have to work on that. Radio. We still need to get our bait, so keep an eye out for the bait dude. If I remember rightly, he was somewhere... Fieldcraft is good. Battlecraft, I know. We'll have to do a gear update in a little while. Okay, yes, we're attuned to that one. It's all sparkles and light. Let's head on up this way. We are looking for 2 things. That's Iron Thunder and that's Gerolf. That's our Retainer Advocate. Independent Apothecary. Oh, hello. Swazblade. Swazblade, the Master Merchant of Hawker's Alley, wants you to look into a current market price. You, Miss, Adventurer, I've worked for you. I'd have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, Kyokuroon, and Sinny Hill. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it to Bainsing on West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. Alright, we're going to do that because we need to go see Bainsing anyway. So let's talk to Iron Thunder. Well met, lass. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found, every piece fresh from the forges of Nuldeep and Vermelis. Alright, we have spoken to Iron Thunder. Now, did I need to go back further? Yes, right back this way. Clearly they're giving me an introduction to Limsa Lominsa. So if I'm right, the experience we'll get from this quest will go on our Arcanist. Kyokuroon. Kyokuroon welcomes your welcome customer. Kyokuroon loves his lovely trade. Kyokuroon's goods are goodly made. Right. Kyokuroon. He looks kind of like a duck-billed platypus gone wrong. Sinny Hill. Fine morning to you, miss. What can I interest you in to... Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Huh. Well, I have nothing to hide. Excellent. Actually, speaking of which, Sinny Hill. Items of the hand. Yeah, okay. I might, like I said, I might leave that just for a minute. We are going to definitely grab some of that because I think it improves our ability to collect items. And each time we successfully collect an item, we get XP, which helps us level. And I think the same with crafting as well. It'll help us reduce our crafting times and improve our here we go. Before I do that, and improve our quality and stuff and make that easier to achieve. I think. The Goblin Merchant Sweetnix appears to be in some distress. Pishko! Sweetnix is beauteous goblin and crafty smart trade maker. Uh-huh. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplanders. Need to deliver letter to gate of Meowvown, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to gate of Meowvown for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letter to tax lady Tajaha. Sure, I can do that for you, Sweetnix. That was Sweetnix rosy cheeks. Right. I know, don't talk to me. Suntimal. Ledger from Mjalvan's Gate, you say? Yeah, here you go. Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will these merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I'll drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if needs be. One more ledger bound for Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. Now, why does he have a flame? Okay, he doesn't have a flame over his head. The upper decks. Do I have any more business in the lower decks before I leave? Yes, I've got to go back for that. But there also seems to be Edelweiss, which is not very far away. We'll grab that and we'll get that quest going as well. Because you cannot have too many. Okay, you can have too many quests, but only when your quest log runs out of room to log them. Okay, Edelweiss. Gymnasium of the Bruger Consortium seeks the services of a conveniently unoccupied adventurer. I'll pretend I'm unoccupied. Excuse me, miss, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks. And I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa Laminza. They do, however, provide a rather unique service, of which the Bruger Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lonwood, along with our profuse gratitude. That would be my guild, wouldn't it? My Thieves Guild. Cool. Alright, now that nice man, let me just have a look. Alright, we've done everything on this deck except the completion of the ledger mission. So we're going to actually toddle up this way to the upper decks. I know, I'm being very unscientific about this. We'll just attune ourselves here because this will make our life so much easier. Boom. The Culinarian's Guild. I believe we have some... Oh, hello, who are you? Halahano. A sheepish request. Halahano needs help replenishing the Bismarck's larders. Oh dear. Well, sure. Beg your pardons, good madam, but you're an adventurer, are you not? I realise this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon-arriving guests, but I fear we're short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source, wild lambs. In case you're unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Abilfar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Wench. Sure, we can do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We have a mission we can complete here. Letitia. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. That was lucky. Here, I'll hand that over to you. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interest of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Mjalvan's Gate is notified without delay. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I'll see that Mjalvan's Gate is notified without delay. All right. And she has a quest for us. Let's grab that. 1,000 words. Letitia needs someone to report a bilking patron. We spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Naria Belago, a first-time patron, did just that. Rusushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She's quite upset by the whole affair and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rusushmo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. I can do that. I'll speak to your receptionist first. I beg your pardons, good madam, but this is the Culinarian's Guild. If you're here to dine at the Bismarck, one of our waiters will show you to your... Oh, you're not a patron? Might I assume, then, that you wish to become a Culinarian? If so, I wholeheartedly recommend you join the Culinarian's Guild, where one may learn the culinary arts under the finest chefs in all the realm. What say you? I do so wish. Wonderful. Then without further ado, I shall acquaint you with the history of our guild. If, as you are doubtless aware, Limsa Laminza has long been the gastronomic capital of Eorzea, the city's rich culinary tradition is the product of a unique combination of factors. The first is our proximity to the fertile lands and plentiful seas of Vilbrand, which have ever yielded bounteous produce. The second is our standing as the realm's foremost trading port, which grants us access not only to exotic ingredients from faraway shores, but also to foreign merchants versed in their use. We are, in short, the beneficiaries of culinary knowledge from every corner of the world. Until recently, knowledge of this kind was passed on solely through word of mouth and was therefore susceptible to corruption and loss. But that all changed when one man made it his mission to catalogue every recipe of note. His name was Admiral Gwolski Boldwainson, also known as Mastcleaver. The man's love of fine cuisine was such that at sea he would regularly spend as much time preparing meals in the galley as giving commands on the bridge. It was none other than he who founded the Culinarians Guild and codified cooking methodology. Today the Guild carries on Boldwainson's legacy, though the scope of our endeavours has expanded significantly. Not content with simply preserving existing recipes, we labour tirelessly to devise whole novel culinary creations with which to delight the senses. To this end our doors are open to folk from all walks of life, including adventurers such as your good self. One may liken our guild to a great pot of stew, and each member to an ingredient imparting a unique flavour. As with every dish, however, adding ingredients willy-nilly is certain to spoil the taste. Before you may take your place in the pot, you must be deemed a worthwhile addition to by Guildmaster Lingsath, a man whose passion for cookery burns hotter than any oven. Before troubling him, I must warn you that ours is a truly sweltering kitchen. As such, you would be well advised to ask yourself, can I stand the heat? If you earnestly believe that you can, speak to me once more, and I'll be glad to guide you through the enrolment process. All right, I can hack the heat. So, have you the resolve to walk the path of the Culinarian? I surely do. Wonderful! Then you must speak to Guildmaster Lingsath at once. This will come as no surprise, but he is the finest chef in Limbs of Leminsa. His skill and dedication are second to none. You will find the Guildmaster up the stairs yonder, keeping a watchful eye on his charges. Impress upon him your desire to learn, and he will surely find a place for you in his stew, by which I mean the Guild. What, the man is not a cannibal. Thank goodness for that. All right, up the stairs. Oh, well, let's grab this while we're here. Oh, I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If ever I get my hands on the scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Oh, this is the lovely Rasushmo. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to Godebert at the Coral Tower. He'll know what to do. Thanks, Rasushmo. Lingsath, let's just join the guild while we're here. Well met, Venturer. I take it you want to join our guild. Let's have a look at you then. Ah, what an underfed whelp like you know about cooking. Judging by them scrawny arms of yours, you'd struggle to lift a spoon, never mind a skillet. I jest. It don't take muscle to be a culinarian. Else it don't even take talent, at least not on its own. No, lass, more than anything else, becoming a good cook boils down to passion. If you got that, there ain't nothing you can't achieve. So tell me, have you got it? I have. I've got passion. That's the spirit. Aye, your passion for the culinary arts is plain to see. Man, that's like my food, right? And you'll be needing every bit of it if you want to become a master culinarian. Why, if Masterly was 12-course dinner, I'd hardly have finished the soup. Make no mistake, our trade's as tough as old mutton, and passion's the only thing that gets you through the gristly bits. But enough talk. What do you call yourself? Well then, Roselore, welcome to the guild. To mark the occasion, I present ye with your very own skillet. Ain't much to look at, but it'll more than serve a novice like yourself. Now then, let's see whether you can tell which end's which. Aye, I know I said you'd struggle to lift a spoon, but you won me over. Now show me you can hold a skillet, and I'll get you started on your first task. All right. I get a skillet. He's lucky I don't beam him with said skillet. Rightio. Culinarian unlocked. We're doing all right today. Pets. What? Oh, okay. As an Arcanist. Oh, because I've leveled up as an Arcanist. I see. You can... you can now summon a pet to do your bidding. You only have access to one pet now, but there will be more opportunities to acquire many more as you continue your adventures. Cast the spell Summon from your hotbar to complete the Arcane Pact. Once your pet is summoned, a fixed hotbar known as the Pet hotbar will appear in addition to your regular hotbars. The Pet hotbar is preset with all the pet commands currently available to you, freeing up your normal hotbars for your personal actions and spells. The Guard command orders your pet to guard his master, refraining from acting until you attack or are attacked. The Steady command orders your pet to refrain from attacking until you specifically order him to do so. The Away command orders your pet to leave the battlefield. Pet orders and actions can also be set to your other hotbars by selecting them from the Pet tab under Orders in the Actions and Traits menu. Alright, I need to learn to hold a skillet. There's my worn skillet. Let's go to our gear sets. Let us add a gear set. You knew it was coming, didn't you? Culinarian goes into my crafting bar. Oh my gosh, those things are getting full. We need to maybe see if we've got better clothing or stuff for her. Yeah, look at that. We have some stuff that might help. Oh, wow, don't we look sensible and not so smart anymore. Update that so we're doing all right. Alrighty, what are we at now? Let us go and start our first Culinarian task. Leansgath wants to assign you your first task. I see you're holding this skillet the right way round. Good. Culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Get that into your head before you do all else, or your food will look like shite and taste worse. Great. Now let's see what you can do. For starters, I want you to make me maple syrup using your skillet. Recipe's as simple as they come. You only need two things, maple sap and a fire shard. Jossie sells the sap over at the guild counter. Now time's a wasting, so get to work and don't pay to keep folk waiting to see in our trade. Guildmaster Linsgarth has tasked you with synthesizing a pot of maple syrup. To commence, select logs from the menu, followed by the crafting log. Or you can hit N. We'll see if we've got... Alright, so we don't have any maple sap. I'm pretty sure my botanist could fix that, but we're not going to jog on over to Gridania to do it. So we're going to just toddle over this way. We're going to find our guild supplier, Jossie. There we go. Right click on her. She's going to give us some maple sap. Maybe. There we go. Let's buy 20 of them. I know. Oh, they do sell garlic and sunset wheat. Get some of that. I'm just trying to remember what I need. I reckon we're going to need milk, but I don't know which one. Oh, I can get distilled water from here. That's going to be handy. Alrighty, so let us make, what does he want? He wants a pot of maple syrup, because that man has not got a sweet tooth, right? Alright, N for crafting. You guys know the drill. Synthesize. Oh, good. We're just going to get out of that. I'm just going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that. We're going to grab that, drag it down to number 9. Okay. Guildmaster. What in the 7Ls are you waiting for? I told you to make me maple syrup, didn't I? You did, and I did. Here you go. Man. The maple syrup's ready, is it? About bloody time. Let's see how it tastes then. Oh, this ain't bad. Flavour's alright. Consistency's nearly there. In short, a damn sight better than a lot of novices manage. As you probably know, maple syrup's one of the most popular sweeteners around and a key ingredient in all manner of cakes and treats. What you probably didn't know is that boiling the stuff down gets you maple sugar, a different sweetener with different uses. Just goes to show even the simplest ingredients can have hidden complexities. I said earlier that a culinarian lives and dies by his utensils. Well, that's just the half of it. He also needs to know his ingredients. And that, Summer, as only comes with experience. Keep your nose to the stove and report back when you're right for another task. Alright, well, like I said, you guys know the drill. Let us go into C for character. Make sure we've got the best stuff on us that we can have. We have. Rightio. Okay. We are going to work our way, like we do with everything else, through. Now, I came across a problem. Rock salt, I actually need to have some for other things. So we're going to not synthesize all of this. We're going to synthesize about 20 of it. And then I'll have to go mine some more. So let's see how long it takes. 1. Or we could just go and see Linsgath and see what he wants next. That'll help. Linsgath wants you to cook for a fellow Culinarian. You come at a good time, Roselore. Just so happens I need you out with something. One of our chefs buggered up an order a bit ago and he's been down the dumps ever since. Ingham his name is. Joined the guild a few moons before you did. Determined lad, but don't take failure too well. Any road, we can't have him crying into his soup. Plays havoc with the seasoning, see? So I want you to try and cheer him up. And there's not like a good meal to make him take a man's mind off his many failings. Nice bit of grilled trout should do the trick. 'Tis one of his favourites. Aye, if you was to cook him up a plate of that, I reckon he'd find the experience highly motivating. The main ingredient, princess trout, can be had at the higher line. As for Ingham, you'll find him working in the kitchens. Prepare the dish and take it to him. Happy grilling. Alright, I remember Culinarian too is quite a complex. You know what we're missing out too? We are forgetting to eat our marmot steak. Because that increases our XP from things that we do. There we go. So much better. I should have done that about an hour ago. Rightio. Let's toddle out this way. Now, I held off on this mission until I could catch a princess trout, only to discover that there's this fishmonger lurking somewhere around here. Is this him? No, that's not him. And I could have bought the fish I needed. Anyway, I know, right? I know. Just the little things you learn the hard way in this game. It's like, oh my god. So like I said, I want to get my crafts up to about level 20 and then progress them in conjunction with combat things. And having progressed one character beyond this point by a goodly degree, I've discovered that there are things you can do that. So let us hang a left. Oh, where's this? Well, I don't know, but it had like a message. License to Reeve. Morden would like to make you a completely legal proposition. He would he? You want for coin, adventurer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirate crew in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalen, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by ye. Okay. Up the steps. Carvalen. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you don't seek spices, but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organisation. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I've prepared 2 samplers, each of which I'd have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Janada, whom you'll find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Linsgath, the head chef at the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you've accomplished the task. Alright, well that's one. Now I saw something else enticing along here and I want to just see if I can work out how to get to it. Okay, it looks like I go through these doors. Oh, I do go through these doors. The Marauders Guild. Is this the last guild we have to join while we're here? I wonder. Let's find out. Alright, well looks like we had to come here for a reason. There's Janata. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limbs of Leminza. Is there aught I can assist you with? I have a thing for you. A sample of spice courtesy of the 7th Sage, you say? Ah, there's no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we'll consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you'd brought me spice? See, you're not familiar with the Carvalanisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Leminzan interests in eastern lands. Oh my god. Trader or raider? I'm not sure. Junada seeks help with a growing problem in Limbs of Leminza. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumours. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Nadelica is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. Right. Guild receptionist. Let's go see Godebert first. Pretty sure, yeah, mission for Godebert. A bilker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist's rendition of the man. Yeah, I didn't look at it, though. Oh, what in seventh else is this supposed to be? It looks more like a prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we need a little more to go on than this piece of, art. It would be easiest for all involved if Rasushmo were to come here and answer some questions. Please relate to her as much. Yep, well that's good. That dovetails in with that other mission I've got. I like doing this. You collect all of the missions from around you, and 9 times out of 10, a lot of them will end up having to be resolved in the same place, so you're not running back and forward all the time. It just kind of makes things go a little more smoothly. Blathota, Guild Receptionist. Oh, there, adventurer, curious about the Marauders Guild, are you? And any axe worth wielding needs 2 hands on the haft and has a blade what can chop clean through a galley's mast. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you're of a mind to make the Marauders art your life's work, then our guild welcomes you with open arms. What say you, lass? Keen to join the ranks? Sure. Well then, here's a bit of guild history so you know what you're getting into. All started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the cruise carpenter to carry an axe on board. But any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe is perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste all about you. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopper blade to their new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. After the Galadian Accord was signed, though, the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. Still keen, are you? Think it over, then let me know if you decide to join our ranks. Man, I'll do the whiz-bang axe thing. You decided then? You ready to join the Marauders Guild? All right then. All that needs doing now is to speak with the axe master himself. Sounds simple. I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Wernzone's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lass. Good fortune to you. All right, steel in my spine, and we don't mean an axe blade, and look him straight in the eye. Oh my goodness. I'm tiny. Tiny compared to everyone else. Wernzone. Yes, I'm Wernzone, Axe Master they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt that question has already been put to you by Bloodota, but once more, shall I challenge your commitment? Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? As long as I'm not part of the carnage, sure. I'm just going to create it. Very well. Your name? Attend me well then, Roselore. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will ofttimes be your own. I present you this axe as a symbol of your commitment. Your first lesson shall be how to hold it. Now grip the haft with both hands and set yourself in a solid stance. Alrighty, let's do the thing. Fisher, Chef, Arcanist, Fisher, Arcanist, Chef, Marauder. We're getting there. Oh, what have we done to ourselves? Alrighty, C for character. Grab that skillet. Exchange it for this axe. Grab our gear set list. Hit plus. Now we are a Marauder. Grab our recommended gear list. Put on some stuff that's a little bit better for us. Ooh, radio. Somehow I think we need more pants if we're going to be going into battle. Let's go with reputation, updating our gear set. Okay, let's talk to Wernzone. Axemaster Wernzone would have you test the edge of your new axe in combat. Of course he would. Aye, you cut a striking figure, Roselore, but heroic posing is unlikely to cut a swathe through your enemies. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. Ye shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleating, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature has fallen to your blade. Right. I'm guessing there are now new entries in my hunting log. I'm not sure we're going to call it hunting. It might be my slaughtering log. Alrighty. But I think, guys, on that note, we are going to strike a pose in front of the guild here. If I can get myself in a fairly clear position. There we go. And we're going to call it there. If you've enjoyed this episode and unlocking 3 or 4 more jobs, please hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. I'll check you later. Take care out there.